Hey guys, my name is Engeri and this is DeeDee. It's been a hot minute since the last video. I was really hoping to put something out before I actually moved to Germany, but I guess not. Life just got a little bit too hectic, but we're finally here and located in Germany. Quick thing, I'm sorry for not having the perfect footage in this video. I'm still kind of getting used to this style of filming. In this video, I kind of just wanted to share some of the experiences that I've had from moving to Norway to another country with a dog, and just the experience so far and what it's been like for us. We started out in super early February in the wintry conditions of Norway, driving from Oslo to Larvik, where we would take the ferry to Denmark. Now, the thing with moving to Germany for us was that simply driving to Germany wasn't actually all that expensive, and either way, it was actually paid by my employer. And that also meant I could grab a bunch of stuff and just put it in the car, along with, of course, DeeDee and all of her dog stuff. Obviously, I had a ton of preparation to do before departing because while it is true that I'm moving to Germany, I'm keeping my apartment back home, and I had to do everything from house cleaning to organizing the car, getting DeeDee's vaccinations and paperwork, and much, much more. Speaking of vaccinations, traveling with an animal internally in the EU is generally quite easy for the most part. You do need an EU health passport with a valid rabies vaccine, but other than that, it's quite simple. Anyway, back to the ferry trip itself. The trip from Norway to Denmark takes about 4 hours, and you will have to book in advance, and you have to pay the fee for bringing a dog. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but it wasn't a lot, definitely in the sub $40 territory. Now, you can choose to keep the dog in your car, or you can put your dog in a canine area, but given I don't think that the canine area was much than a cage to begin with, I just chose to keep DeeDee in the car because she's quite used to just chilling in the car to begin with, and she loves being in there in the first place. Anyway, the trip itself was really calm. There wasn't much in terms of waves, which I really appreciated. For most of the trip, I was up on deck chilling with a movie while DeeDee just kind of waited in the car. Now, if you're worried about your dog, you can talk to the staff so you can go down and see your dog, which I did, and DeeDee was just kind of just sleeping and hanging out, so I gave her a snack and let her enjoy the peace and quiet. Now, after a few hours on the ferry, we finally arrived in Denmark in the small town of Hirtshals at the way northern point Denmark. That's over here. From here, we actually explored some trenches and World War II bunkers that are located in Hirtshals, and after touring around for a little bit, it was kind of already dark, so we hit the road towards Germany. Also, in case anyone gets confused, there typically isn't any border checkpoints between EU countries, so you don't have to stop and talk to customs unless you have something to declare or there are random checks. Obviously, I didn't have anything to declare, so we just kind of rolled onto the highway and into Germany completely seamlessly, and we didn't even slow down. After crossing the border, I stopped in one of the first small towns on the German side for some shopping because they sell items that are marked for export, so they're pretty much tax-free. Germany is also much cheaper than Norway when it comes to grocery and honestly everything in general, so I got a bunch of stuff and got back on the road. We kept cruising through northern Germany before getting to Hamburg around midnight, where we were going to spend the night in a hotel. And honestly, I've never brought DeeDee with me to a hotel before. Like, whenever I travel somewhere, I usually let DeeDee stay in a boarding kennel that I pay for, but this time I'm moving abroad for 6 months or more, so she kind of had to come along with me, of course. Now, this being the first night we had in a hotel, it was a little bit different. DeeDee took a little bit to settle and kind of getting used to it all. The noise, there wasn't a lot of sound insulation into the hallway, and so DeeDee was kind of alerting a little bit to strangers that would walk past, but eventually though, she was completely tuckered out and just fell asleep. After all, it had been like an 8-9 hour car trip with the ferry and the driving in total, so she was rightfully tired. In the morning, we actually went for a really nice walk just near our hotel that was, again, just outside Hamburg before getting back on the road again. We spent another 6 or 7 hours on the road, stopping for little pee breaks and some exploration on the way. We explored castle ruins and random trails along the way, which was really awesome. Touring around in Germany is a great experience, and even though this time we actually did have a specific goal in mind, we also had the flexibility to stop anywhere and explore if we saw something interesting, which happened randomly several times. And even though this wasn't more than a 2-day trip to get to the Frankfurt area, it was really awesome to spend the day as we saw fit, stopping randomly along the way without huge plans. And finally, we arrived in the state of Hesse, where me and DeeDee are now living for the next 6 months. And I don't want to make this video a huge drag, I just kind of want to show off our travels a little bit. The next road trip we have on our list is actually going to Luxembourg, Belgium, and France, so I hope to see some of you around for that one. And if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like or maybe subscribing. And with that being said, thanks for watching and see you next time.